So I'm going to talk a bit about twin flame bullshit. I've seen these tarot videos that say things like, yes, he doesn't show you that he loves and appreciates you in the way that you deserve, and he cheated on you, and he treated you badly, but he feels badly about it, and he's going to turn around and confess his love. And if we're in our right mind, we look at that and say, that's toxic. It's just a toxic relationship, that's what it is. There seems to be some consensus about a twin flame being a connection where someone is feeling intense love, intense attraction towards a specific person. And this may be much more pronounced than in most relationships. And yes, we may be seeing this occurrence more and more. I'm not saying twin flames aren't real, or at least what they're describing isn't real. I am saying all this bullshit about this person coming back to you is overlooked as toxic because of the intense attraction, the intense connection. And what happens there is that the mind says, oh, because I feel so attracted to this person, therefore they must be my destined person. And we get into a phenomenon that the crappy childhood fairy describes as crap fitting. It doesn't matter that this person doesn't fit any of the qualities of what I would look for in a partner because I feel such intense attraction. I'm going to overlook all of this. And even if you know, it doesn't make sense that this person is my person that I'm destined to be with for the rest of my life, the thought in the mind can still come up with this explanation, and it can be very convincing. They say, oh, this is part of our spiritual journey together. We have to go through all of these challenges to be together. I would say no. You're going through a spiritual journey, and spiritual in the sense that you're learning to detach from your mind. As soon as you decide you're willing to start detaching from your mind, that means when the thought comes up, this person is my destined person, therefore I'm going to try and do anything to get them to come back to me because I can't be happy without them. Or at least my happiness is going to be maximized when they're with me. You take that thought, you look at it, instead of immediately accepting it as true, you question it, and regardless of whether you can determine if it's true or not, you can just let the thought exist without taking it too seriously, without needing to take action on it, without having it stress you out. And the problem is that sometimes we're so deeply stuck in conditioning that we're really attached to our thoughts and our thought patterns. And I would say in this case is where the conditioning and thought patterns are really coming to the surface in a really obvious and strong way. So if this is something that you're experiencing, this could be the start of you starting to question your thoughts, not believing all the thoughts that come into your mind. And this could be a very painful emotional process, detaching from the mind. And the idea that you're in so much pain because you're not with this person is a thought. Is it really true? Maybe you're in pain because you are detaching from all your conditioning. You're learning to, or being pressured into, whether you're willing to actually accept that or not, learn how to develop peace of mind despite whatever thoughts you're having, to not automatically be triggered by whatever thoughts come up. And maybe this other person is triggering this pattern in you for you to learn how to release your attachment to it. There's so much that can be learned here, but going back to these tarot videos, which could possibly offer some good advice and guidance on this, are offering just shit. And there's so much available on the internet. It just goes to show how discerning you have to be in what you decide to watch. I think anyone who is dealing with this kind of challenge is dealing with something very difficult. And I can acknowledge the struggle of the process and the challenge of being able to let go of those attachments. And however long you need to keep falling into the same trap is however long it needs to happen. Repeating the same mistake over and over again isn't going to prevent you from developing better awareness right now. If you say, oh, I fell into the same hole 7 times, 70 times, 700 times, I can't ever get this right. That's a thought. That means that right now, you could start to detach from your thoughts. But first, you need to realize that thoughts are just thoughts and stop taking them as the absolute truth, which is really quite hard to do. And this kind of judgment will have a strong emotional charge until you start to realize that the thoughts are just thoughts. Another core issue of why these kind of videos offering bad advice are so popular is the desire to escape, because it sounds like the intense limerence that you can feel for another person can be so incredibly unpleasant, especially when they're not treating you very well, that the initial response can just be wanting to escape it in a very unconscious way. That means, when I say unconscious, it's not a judgment. It means you haven't realized yet that you're trying to escape it. The real motivation by you yearning after and believing this person's going to come back and help you feel better is just a desire to escape the unpleasant feelings that you're feeling. And it's okay. It's not bad to not have realized that. And I'm not even saying that these videos, these tarot videos, shouldn't be there. They're there for this reason. And that's okay. When we have judgments about other people, and we say, oh, that's really dumb, what they're doing there, that can help us in guiding us towards what we need to be working on in ourselves, because there's so much that we can do to help ourselves. So in a sense, our judgment against others can be healthy if we redirect that towards ourselves.